Hello everybody, welcome back to the group previews with James Horncastle and David Preece, expert opinions, and I'm here as well. Group B, Iran, Spain, Portugal, Morocco, and the first game in this one is crucial. Spain versus Portugal. It's just massive, isn't it, that first one, right?
Yeah, and I know that both sides won't want to, give any edge to the other. You look at Portugal. They on paper, yeah, they're a great side, but they're an ageing side, especially the two centre backs are a worry for me.
And the substitute as well. I think it's all three, isn't it? You've got Bruno Alves, 36, 37.
From Rangers.
Yeah, Fonte is
from China.
34. Pepe.
In Besiktas.
In Besiktas, all late 30s.
105 years between the three of them.
Incredible.
So, yeah, I mean, that's a bit of a concern, I would say.
You just don't want to lose that first one, right, out of those two. Will that suit Portugal a tiny bit because they are so pragmatic?
Well, I mean, I remember what happened 4 years ago. Yeah, they went down to 10 men and capitulated completely against Germany. Lost 4-0, I think, and that set the tone for the entire World Cup. Yeah, I think Portugal's fate in this tournament will depend a lot on that first game, kind of perpetuating what they did at the Euros 2 years ago. That same kind of mentality, unity that they've got in their ranks. We all know what they're about. It didn't stop them winning the Euros 2 years ago. Yeah. And they're a grind, they're hard to watch, but I think that in some respects, they are better in that for the first time in a long time, they've got an actual genuine striker who hasn't been doing a lot for AC Milan this season. We're talking about Andre Silva, but at international level has done very well and has struck up a very good partnership with Cristaino Ronaldo. So I think they've got a different, perhaps a bit more incisive, more of a threat than they were 2 years ago.
And the danger is, with Silva and with having more of a cutting edge, that they might be a little bit more expansive and not as defensive. But what they've got their insurance in Rui Patricio. So if they do get past that group stage, they know that as long as they don't concede, as long as we don't, if they can keep drawing games, they always stand a chance because he's got a brilliant record at penalty shootouts.
Yeah. The problem is that a lot of their best players who either emerged when they got to the final of the under-21 Euros and then got to the final of the Euros and won it, like some João Mario, Adrian Silva, Rafael Guerreiro, Andre Silva I've just mentioned, they've all had very indifferent, if not disappointing, seasons for their clubs.
Let's talk about Morocco, who I think if anyone's going to spring a surprise out of this group in terms of getting out of there, it's them. First game's against Iran, so obviously crucial that they get 3 points in that. And the manager, Hervé Renard, is
the most handsome in the competition.
He's gorgeous. Check him out, Google him.
He looks like Jaime Lannister from Game of Thrones.
He does. And
he's the only guy that's got nicer hair than James.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's true. He's installed something quite strong in that team. A loyalty. He doesn't take any prisoners, does he?
Yeah, I mean, this is a guy who's won major tournaments. The Cup of Nations is his competition.
2 different countries.
Exactly.
Right.
What this team has is great defensive resilience, solidity. They went through qualifying, didn't concede a goal in 6 games. Benatia, I think, has had a good season, a comeback season, if you like, at Juventus. And then they've got some decent flair players. Ziyech, who's had a very good year with Ajax, attracting a lot of attention from clubs in England and Italy. They've got enough about them to be an awkward side, I would say. But particularly Portugal, I can see that game being an attritional game between those two.
I think the Portugal games are fascinating with everyone because even around you've got Carlos Queiroz, who was Portugal manager, obviously Portuguese himself, and you talk about the pragmatism of Portugal. Iran, from what I've read and heard, they will be parking the bus.
Yeah, and they'll do it well. And Carlos Queiroz, he's got a personal axe to grind there. But I think Morocco, in this group, are the ones who are going to throw the spanner in the works. Yeah, because I think that defensively they are that good that if anybody's going to crowd out Cristiano Ronaldo, it can be them. And I think that they're the ones, if they can get a result against Portugal, they're the ones that will go through with Spain.
Spain favourites for the group. What do you think of this Spain squad?
This is the best defence in the tournament. Not just statistically, but you look at the players. They're good at going forward as well. 2 fullbacks, Alba and Carvajal. Ramos will always get a goal. He's always a threat at set pieces, and and they've got the best goalkeeper in the world behind them in David De Gea.
Well, that's a huge thing as well, isn't it? That to have, you know, Man United had a great defence this year, but was it 4 years on the trot? He's won Player of the Year at Man United.
Yeah, I mean,
that's such a great thing to have in your side.
Yeah, but for you know, a big club like United, they conceded a hell of a lot of chances. He shouldn't be working as hard for his money as what he is at a club like Manchester United. He made an uncharacteristic error against Switzerland in the friendly. The lapse of concentration, but you can guarantee that won't happen in the World Cup.
I think the question mark for Spain is what they do up front, because this has been a problem really since David Villa went into decline. They're a team that always dominates possession, but can they translate that possession into goals? Morata was always Lopetegui's guy at under 21 level. Go back to the Euros 2 years ago, he was leading the line under Del Bosque. He's not in the squad. There's some freshness, I think, up there, in that Costa didn't play for the first, 6 months of the season. Yeah. You then got Rodrigo. Valencia weren't in Europe all season. And then Aspas has had a great season. The top scoring Spaniard in La Liga. It's so hard to be a striker and play for Spain, given the spaces are so tight, because they just dominate and play in your half, in the opponent's final third. Do you think with Spain,
that kind of, and we've spoken about, a lot of people have spoken about it before, that kind of lack of a plan B, the lack of being able to kind of go in behind. I got slaughtered for saying this sentence on a video on my channel about they're kind of crying out for a Jamie Vardy, someone who would be willing to kind of go beyond, but there's
no space to go in beyond
exactly.
that. There's no space to go in.
But I don't know whether that could be a plus for them, that the fact is they've got a different kind. They've got Costa, they've got Aspas. So I think that can work in their favour, because then they can change it a little bit. And if they need somebody to, to something different, it's maybe not a plan B. It's not going to change the way they play, but somebody who's going to upset the defenders in front of them. Yeah. And that's what, if Costa doesn't get the ball, if he's not scoring the goals, he's still affecting their defenders, and he might make spaces for other people to exploit.
This is where I think Isco is the main guy. If Spain win this tournament, I think it'll be a large part will be down to him and that little guy, Andres Iniesta, in his last World Cup. It's a 7-game tournament. Yeah, I know they've had a long season, but they went out in the quarterfinals, Barcelona. So if he's had a bit of time to get ready for this, he's still a fantastic player. Spain look good.
So for the front three, who would you put for Spain? Would Isco be down the centre, or?
You can maybe play Isco off the left, or if you play sort of diamond in midfield. What I'm curious to see about this Spain side is Thiago's involvement as well, because Thiago's 27 now. It's time, he took over the reins. We've seen Spain play 4-5-1, many tournaments, 4-1-4-1. Just almost play a team of midfield players. So it's making that blend in midfield really.
And we haven't even spoken about Busquets. That's how good this squad is. Right, let us know your thoughts on this one, on this group. What do you think? Spain, is this guaranteed? Portugal, are they going to do it again? Let us know in the comments below. Go and check out the Group A preview and all the other videos on Ball Street. Subscribe to Ball Street as well, and we'll see you very soon.